Hello, everybody. It's me, your boy, but I'm not alone even though you can't see them right now because I have with me the Lex Temporis.
Who? Oh, that's me. Hello.
I also have the Orion Strider,
It's me, it's Orion.
the Calaruthama, or Cali,
Hello.
and the Amphibian Royalty.
It is me and Frog.
Rogue.
Rogue.
Hello everybody. We are going to be doing our first session of D&D live on stream with me, yours truly, running it. I'm very nervous. And yeah, so the reason why we are immediately getting into it is because I want to give you guys some content warning. The Doom Forgotten Realms is a rough place to live in, and thus you might be seeing some content that might not be suitable for you, and if not, that's totally fine. Such things would be like familiar abuse, so like family abusing family, things like so like mental, physical stuff like that, potentially like death and body horror or like eldritch horror, stuff like that. So just wanted to give that warning in advance. Probably won't be seeing much of it this session, but in future ones. Yeah, is there anything anyone else would like to say before we get into it? I am not doing Bodes Go. I refuse to do Bodes Go.
Yeah, this is an R-rated
like
movie.
this.
Yeah, it's basically an R-rated movie. So yeah, let me just flip-flop over to the game screen. And we'll just get straight to it. So here we are in the void.
Oh god,
Wait.
we're all in a
I
gray
can't wait
ooze.
Great
to all
ooze.
meet in an inn.
Bruise.
Grues.
Actually, real quick before we truly start, would people like to introduce who they will be playing? Just saying which one's which, so the audience may know when I call upon the character
Okay.
names.
Nice.
Hi. As always, I am Lex Temporis, and I'm playing as Luz, who is like a 15-year-old psychic boy.
Hello, I am occasionally Kali Gagape, and I am playing Caro, a vampire lady, unsurprisingly.
Who would have guessed?
Hi, I'm Orion Strider. I will be playing Starchild, the kobold druid, and her pet dog Comet, who is in fact a very good boy.
A very good boy.
Oh my god, I forgot to say my character's name is Caro.
Yeah.
I got
Hello. My name is Prince, and I'm going to be playing Nyx, who is a Shatterkai edgelord who's got some Angie issues he's got to work out.
Oh yeah.
That's actually his class name. He took the class Edgelord.
Yeah.
yeah, I custom made the vampire class for Caro. You custom made the edgelord class for Nyx.
I suppose I should be a little bit more specific. I'm playing a soul knife as Luz.
But
Yeah.
yeah. With that, let's just get straight to it. Actually, hang on. I'm thinking about perhaps throwing in some music, but I don't know what's good music right now.
Yeah, if you don't have some non-copyrighted music to use,
I was like looking before the session, but I wasn't really able to find any good ones.
Or even
in the
just
future, Adrian von
ambient
Ziegler
sounds.
allows their music to be used.
Um. Yeah, I'm just gonna
I
hop
could give you the D&D table chat playlist we use. It obviously wouldn't be good for stuff like combat, but
I'm worried about like copyright.
the table chat one I use is copyright free.
Oh, maybe. Hang on.
Sure.
Oh, joking aside, I actually did. Excuse me, let me get up to my actual chair. Joking aside, I did actually up a custom vampire class for Cairo. So if I use any abilities that seem weird, just boot me in chat and say, "Hey, what was that?" And I'll like type out an explanation for the ability when I have a chance.
Yeah, just let's just do the table chat for now. It might not be totally appropriate, but it's all right. At least for the first session. You know how it is. Scuff.
I know exactly how it is. Finding appropriate non-DMCA-able
music. Because like during our
D&D
solo
music is
sessions,
tough.
I was using exclusively like Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, and they
I'm-
are not gonna let you get away with that shit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, feel free to I guess throw that in.
Okay.
Yeah. There we are. I'm actually gonna bump it up the volume just a smidge on
Sure thing.
Discord. There we are. And now we can get properly started.
Yay!
All right. Thank you all so much for your the scuff patience, but
We're VTubers. It comes with the territory.
yes, it does. Let's get started. So, Faerun has irreversibly changed at this point. It all started when the Drow Exodus occurred. Hundreds upon thousands of Drow pouring out from the Underdark as it was invaded by demons. Next came the dragons and the dying curse, and it just... No one knows what exactly went wrong, but the world isn't as it should be. And a few people know this, and fewer still would do anything about it, choosing rather to try to live out the best they can in comfort than potentially fade away like many heroes before. Though, the one thing that remains constant, no matter what, is the turning of years. And it is the eve of the new century. And much like time flowing, the stars remain constant, which leads a certain kobold, along with their dog, to a town known as Phandalin. Now, Phandalin was a semi-mining town, but has long since abandoned the practice since demons have taken over the Underdark and any other tunnels leading from there. And it has become almost a refuge to those who have fled the largest cities due to them being relatively well hidden within the rolling hills of the Ice Spire Peaks. And while it is rough, life is acceptable there, even with the Red Brands being the town guard and this random drow coming in and inserting themselves as the leader. Now, Starchild, what is the first reactions you have to seeing this desolate town in the middle of New Year's Eve?
Well, Starchild has never seen anything like this.
True.
She's never been to such a bustling place. The Druid Circle was never quite like this. Even during the celebrations, it was somber. So she's taken aback. It's not slowing her approach to the town, but her head is on a swivel, and probably so is Comet's.
Yeah, the only thing that you see is lights that are very dim within houses as smoke rises from chimneys, revealing at least the presence of some living creatures. Now, one of the first things you do notice as you approach the thresholds of the town is a series of signs. One of them being not so friendly. That being said, it was a sign that says "Demonkin leave now," and it shows, and right above it is a still alive but hanging devil, showing perhaps the ignorance of the town itself. And and as you continue to approach, some signs like this being like Vecna, like servants of Vecna go, be wary, so on and so forth. Just constant signs of leave, right? Like if you're not a living prime creature, you need to leave, or else we will fight.
We don't take kindly to your
Yeah.
type around these parts. Your type being any non-humanoid.
Yeah.
Starchild is like checking herself, like, do I count as any of these things? Oh goodness.
The only one that isn't is like Dragonkin, because I think
Ooh.
most of them realize that, like, you know, if a dragon really wants to get in, it's gonna get in. But eventually the signs phase back into older, worn, or like more worn sign from weather and use, revealing the directions of several different buildings. And let me just plop you guys over here. And
Oh shoot!
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen this map.
We got a map.
Yeah, Phandalin!
we are now deep within Phandalin, as you have passed not only the Miners' Exchange and the Lion Shield Coster, but towards the center of town, where it revealed through the signs that there will be a inn. Though, if there's vacancy, it has yet to be seen.
What does the inn look like from where I am? Does it look like the rooms are full? Is there smoke in the chimney?
There is smoke within what appears to be the main area. It is a 2-story inn, presumably with a main room and then housing, and there's only 1 or 2 rooms that appear to be occupied. The rest of the windows remain darkened, either through curtains or lack of light. The building itself is run down. It has definitely seen better days. The foundation appears to be slightly cracked, as the ground itself seems to have started swallowing it slightly. Shingles are missing, arrows stuck in the rooftops from prior battles.
Well, if there's people there, I gotta go.
Notably, there's also 2 humans who stand outside of the inn's doors. The arms are crossed, and most notably, they are dressed within random assortment of pieces, clearly not made from the same set of armor, and with a big red like bandana, like cloth, not really a bandana, more just like a cloth wrapped around each of their necks, and they see you as you approach, and they give you just a curt nod.
Oh my god, they're not trying to fight me. Okay, this is new.
They
This is
like
new
they
for Starchild.
they shift a little bit. like they shift a little bit. Like one of them shifts so you can see like the very long sword that's on their hip.
Yeah, Starchild will just kind of keep her walking stick close as she steps over to the door. Do they make any kind of move or?
They just watch you as you approach. Like it seems like they're more willing to let you do a first move if they were to engage and fight. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, on the way in, there was what appeared to have been a shrine some years ago that's now been torn down ungracefully, the remnants still remaining in the town square to this day. And it's another kind of melancholic sight, I suppose, as you enter the inn. The inside, luckily, seems to be much more hospitable, to say the least. The floor seems to be well maintained. The fire burns brightly and warmly, I should say, which probably feels nice on your scales, considering that it is the middle of winter.
I was about to say, what time of day is it? Is it very
Nights.
cold?
It is nights.
So
During
it's freezing.
yeah, it is very cold.
Thank God I'm inside.
Yeah.
All right.
There.
Yeah, she will just kind of nod at them both as she walks in, kind of keeping everything close, and heads inside and takes a look about. I'm not sure why the stars sent me here, but I'm sure I'll find out.
They upon entering, not only is the building much more maintained, there appears to be a, I wouldn't say jovial spirit, but it seems that some people have decided to gather together here. They're behind a bar, which seems to be much more provisionary than a bar at this point. Stands a half-elf woman, and she sees you approach, and she like quickly looks you over, and you see her like reach for something, but seeing that you don't, the only thing you have is a dog and a walking stick, you see her slowly raise both of her hands back up onto the counter, and
She's got a shotgun behind the bar.
The inn itself, it has actually, in this main room, some occupants in it. Specifically a strange trio.
Oh.
They seem to be a mismatched sort, as you see a relatively young looking human woman, a albino even younger boy, and a, well, you don't know what they are. They seem to be some sort of drow, though adorned with tattoos and jewelry. To slightly shift the attention, Caro, Luz, and oh man, the worst time for a brain fart. Nyx. There we go. What are you doing as you rest within the inn? This is one of the very rare times you have entered the town, mainly for supplies, but due to the cold, you deem that it would be safer to stay at the inn for the night rather than try to make it home.
I still don't understand why I can't have an alcoholic drink like you.
You're simply too young to drink. I'm sorry.
So you say.
Well, I'm not drinking either, so
smash cut to Nyx just toasted.
Nyx is drawing in his sketchbook. He sketches as part of like keeping a journal, so he has a sketch journal. And whenever he has downtime of any sort, this is what he mostly focuses on. And he keeps glancing up at the other two who he's been traveling with and staying with for a time now.
The child, Luz, is almost certainly pouting over a mug of hot non-alcoholic cider.
Hero has a bowl of soup in front of her that is conspicuously untouched.
Very conspicuously. You three, as you relax by the fire during this chilly New Year's Eve, you see a perhaps strange sight considering the circumstances of the world, as a single kobold along with a dog enters the establishment. You know that usually kobolds at this point are like heralds for dragons, and you see as the innkeeper, Miss Lucina, which I imagine you are acquaintances with at least, reaches for a crossbow underneath the counter, and then seeing that this kobold isn't readily armed, they slowly remove the hand from the preloaded crossbow. Is there any particular reaction to this strange sight before you?
Luz keeps completely quiet, but his eyes are firmly fixed on them, full on staring. No social graces whatsoever.
Caro kind of glances over, keeps this strange little lizard in the corner of her eye, then like looks over at Luz and is like, "Hey, it's not polite to stare."
I don't think.
I fail to see how that is my problem.
Hey, Nyx, real quick, make me an acrobatics check.
First roll.
First roll.
Let's see if it's gonna be a good campaign.
That's a good omen.
Yeah, you
Blackjack.
You're sitting in the chair drawing when you feel the similar sense of pressure as suddenly your chair, like the leg of your chair, just snaps off, and you just immediately just stand as your chair collapses beneath you, and you just hear very subtly just pay attention.
Yeah, Nyx, as you said, jumps to his feet, stands very quickly, and he immediately scowls. This is his life. Unfortunately, it has been his life for the past 7 years.
Hero stands just to make it look like Nyx isn't particularly weird.
Yeah, you see for the moment, like the Miss Lucina, she like looks back and she's like, you can just see like her face waver for a moment, and you're like, ah, shit, again? And then she like looks back towards this kobold, and she finally like clears her throat, and she's like, well, it's been quite some time since I've seen a dragonkin in these parts. What brings you into town, little one?
Just kobold, please. I will scamper over to the bar and try and keep my voice down.
Like, if you do, like, when she, like, as soon as you approach, she's like, "Now, I'll let you know right now, I don't have anything that a dragon may want." And you see her hand, like, disappears behind the counter again. To the other three, you see she has her hand on the crossbow again.
That's fine. I'm just here for a bed and maybe a meal.
Man, I
have
want
money.
you to make you do a charisma check real quick.
Does that charisma check change when I say I have money?
Yes. It's going to lower the DC at least.
Well, everyone, you ready to see my stellar stats?
That will work. That will have to do. You see, Miss Lucina, she's like, She like looks you over real quick, just like seeming like seeing if she can like fucking fight you if she needs to. And she's like,
I promise she can't.
oh yeah, no, she would lose instantly, but she's just seeing, right? She's like a level 0 like farmer. Anyways, she like looks you over and you see her. She like shifts, but her hand's still beneath the counter. Well, if you have money, she looks you over again, and I presume it's not your master's money.
I don't have a master. Unless perhaps you consider the stars a master. They are what guided me here, after all.
Oh my god, I love the accent.
Now, this actually does cause it to be like, whoa, hang on a second. Like, you see her, like, back up for a moment. She's like, holy shit, a kobold that isn't, like, enthralled by a dragon? It's just like, yeah, we have, rooms currently. Though, you might be getting the last room, available right now.
Well, that'll be fine as long as it's big enough to fit Comet as well, and she'll reach up to pet her dog, which is much bigger than her.
What breed is your dog? Like a Mastiff again?
Yes.
Like yeah.
Mastiff.
She's like, that will work. In fact, I think you could probably sleep together on the same bed based on your sizes.
Oh, wonderful. He'll like that.
It's gonna be 5 silver for one night. Well, for tonight at least, because well, not many people staying around, but it is a New Year's tradition to make the inn cheaper. So.
Oh, I see. How much for a meal? One for me and one for Comet?
She like rubs her neck. She's like, what kind of food are you looking for? Or I should say hoping for?
Well, if you have some meat or fish, that would be fine for Comet. Me, I'm fine with just soup and bread.
You see her like she like rubs her neck. She's like, sorry for your comment. We haven't had meat in these parts since well every night. We do got some meat though from a recent hunt. Now I hope you understand due to the issues we're currently
I'm willing to
experiencing.
pay extra.
Okay. I'm gonna say for a good hunk of meat, just a gold. She like nods as she looks at Comet.
All right.
And as
Payroll.
for you go.
If I may.
Yeah, of
Cairo
course.
at this point kind of stands, or she's already standing. She grabs her bowl of soup and the spoon, and kind of walks it over and sets it next to, sets it next to Starchild and has a seat at the bar next to her and says, "I wasn't hungry anyway."
Clues gets incredibly grumpy at this.
That's supposed to be my soup.
Oh. Are you sure?
Absolutely. You're a very curious sort. I suppose some soup in exchange for a bit of conversation wouldn't be much to ask.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Are they trying to poison me?
Are you trying to poison this small kobold?
No, the soup is like a little bit cold, but definitely not poison.
That works. Yeah, so yeah, it's like you can tell that they're seemingly being genuine.
I'll just sort of sniff it first, and then I'll dig in.
It's like compared to what you would be able to eat at the the Grove. This is like, it's like water mixed with like a rat that they found.
Ugh.
And like a single potato that they like basically have stretched out as much as they can, and also like a shit ton of hardtack.
How on earth did y'all survive for even a day?
Yes, everybody's favorite Phandalin dish, rat water.
Rat soup.
They're trying their best,
Rat water.
okay?
Sounds like a Fallout drug.
It totally does.
Welcome to rat water. What can we get you?
I'll have some rat water.
Well, all out of rat water.
Oh shit.
We got mouse juice though.
That's Walmart stuff.
No, it's tripping.
All right. So, Starchild will sort of tepidly sip a bit, and when she thinks it's not going to hurt her, she thanks Caro, and then pulls out 2 gold coins and slides them across the bar. She does not expect change.
The Miss Lucina picks up the coins, she like rubs them, and she's like, she seems almost like interested in the coin as she like observes it, and like you see her bring it like kind of close to her eyes. She's like, huh. You know, this is no, she doesn't bite it. She seems to be like almost like observing it as if someone's like if she just found like a collectible. She's like, this is a myth from one of the mountain homes before they were abandoned. She like tosses
yes,
up and like grabs it in the air.
That's where I've traveled from.
Oh, I see. And she doesn't seem to pry beyond that. She just seems kind of interestingly happy to find this strange coin for the parts, as she gives you the change that like you need. So silver, 5 silver.
Okay.
Nix. What is that thing with 4 legs?
Say that again, you broke up.
No. What is that thing with 4 legs?
It's Pantene.
That would be a dog. You've never seen a dog before.
I've not seen one that big before. What? I've not... What are you saying? Are you accusing me of not knowing animals?
Maybe.
I know things.
Except what a dog is.
Make a deception check.
Well,
not actually.
Starchild is trying her absolute best not to start info dumping about Comet
like
while
every
overhearing
pet
this.
owner.
Yeah, as this like slight aside is happening as you're drinking soup, you see Miss Lucina she disappears in this store area, and then she comes out and she has like just not even like it's not like expertly carved like you would expect like most meals to be. It's like just a chunk of like a side of like a boar, and she just like walks up to Comet and just gives this dog just a hunk of meat, and this dog is just like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah,
Bet.
fuck yeah. This starts
I will-
chowing down.
I will pet my dog while he eats, and I will turn to Kara and say, do I owe you anything for the soup?
Only a story. You seem to have come a long way, and well, I've been traveling for quite a while, and I always like to hear tales of new places.
Oh, well, I'm an acolyte, you see, of a druid circle. One such part of the circle studies the stars and their movement, and tries to speak with them, and they led me here for some reason.
An astrologer of sorts, then?
I suppose.
How interesting.
I guess.
Did the stars tell you why to come here, or did they simply lead you this way?
I expressed my wishes that I should bring balance back to the plains, and they showed me Phandalin.
Sounds like we might be of the same mind, then.
Oh, are you a druid as well?
Not quite. I'm a hermit. I live out there in the Neverwinter Wood. But I too wish to see this world returned to, well, at least not this. And she gestures to, like, all of the everything out the window.
I think
All
most
of the
people
everything.
probably feel that way.
Indeed. But few are willing to do anything about it. But since you've traveled all the way from the mountains, I am presuming that you would be willing to help in more ways than most?
Well,
Just lose the postage and the dog.
the comet is extremely friendly and well behaved. The only thing you can do to get a negative reaction out of him is he's carrying like 90% of my gear. He has saddlebags, so he's got like armor and stuff like strapped to him. So if you reach for any of the items on him, he will like growl at you.
That is a weird horse.
But I can ride him. He does have a saddle.
I imagine you did ride him into town.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Starchild will continue speaking to Caro and say, well, after one tangles with devils in their home, it's pretty easy to leave it behind.
Ah, I see. I do apologize. I was also driven out by one of the many calamities. My home city was taken over by ravenous undead. So I was forced to flee.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Normally I would offer sanctuary at the Grove, but it's rather far away. And
Not to
just getting
worry.
there is dangerous.
Not to worry. I found a safe place to live with my companions here. And Caro gestures to Luz and introduces him, and then Nix and introduces them.
Nyx is muttering to himself. Because he was being a little bit ignored, and this is what he does. So he's talking to himself, and if you catch a glimpse of his conversation, he's like, what am I supposed to be paying attention to? Am I supposed to be paying attention to the lizard?
You
And that
just
is
get the
when he immediately
response.
stops.
Yeah, you as you say that, you hear kill them.
He
And
realizes people are gesturing at him and looking at him.
Nix, be a dear and come introduce yourself.
Yeah, Nix.
Alright. So Nyx is going to walk up. He is wearing very modest clothing that otherwise would be something you might see a bit of a more noble person to be wearing. It's modest, but it's definitely got a little bit more of propriety to it. Aside from being very worn down and like he doesn't care to change his clothes regularly, he has a lot of jewelry on, particularly on his ears. He has a lot of piercings. And his face is completely obscured by his hair. Unfortunately, you cannot see his eyes or gauge his expression, as he just sort of like offers a bit of a wave of his hand, and he's just like, "My name is Nyx Roosevelt."
Hi there, Nix. I'm Starchild.
You said you're from. Like I think he's just going to sort of gesture again towards the window, the same way that Karo had when Karo said the everything out there. Just sort of gesture like that, implicating that you're not here from Phandalin.
Right, yes. I can't rightly remember where I'm from right now and can't seem to find the map to look it up, but I will remember, and in this moment I will tell you. It's a while.
Well, I guess while you're doing that, Luz is going to get out of his chair and join everybody else, since apparently that's what we're doing. He walks awkwardly across the floor. You notice he's not wearing shoes. He's also wearing what could be charitably be described as rags.
By the way, you're also from the Star Mounts.
I couldn't remember, but thank you.
Yeah, I'll just let you know. You're from the Star Mounts. What do you think about this small child wearing dirt?
Sorry, I didn't know if you were done.
The default expression seems to just be a very sullen, grumpy pout. There you go. Now I'm done.
I give a hearty and not at all extremely shy and nervous wave.
So you're recruiting another stray? That's
what?
directed towards, Karo.
Well, that's a very rude way to put it, Luz.
It's the
And-
truth, isn't it?
It is not. I don't just pick people up without their permission.
I'm sorry, are
She's-
y'all like
she's-
a troop?
She's like clearly like half joking. Caro is, by the by, since I missed her outfit, wearing a like kind of earthy green tunic with a like practical leather bustier over some like tan breeches, some leg wraps, and practical little boots. She's got gloves on indoors, which seems a little strange. And she's got a purse over one of her shoulders. She kind of like brushes her blonde hair out of her eyes and says, "Oh, don't mind Luz. He's still learning his manners. We're, I suppose a troop is one way to put it. We, solve problems."
Is that what y'all are doing in Phandalin?
Picking up supplies and that, yes. This is, one of the few bastions of safety left this far north, so we do our best to keep it safe. Anytime there's jobs to be done.
I see. Well, I'm not sure what the stars have in store for me here. So, in the meantime, I think I was gonna do the same thing. It seems like y'all have a lot of problems, and I'm a person of, I suppose, specialized talents. I could maybe help. And I'm kind of saying this to the barkeep.
She like raises it like an eyebrow. It's like, what kind of help are you?
I can turn into a bear.
Oh, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, she like the only response you get from that is that her eyebrows just like shoot up. She's like, what the fuck?
You could say it's very interesting.
Hero loses her shit. She almost falls out of her bar stool laughing at that.
Was that a joke? Was that funny? Should I
Finally
laugh?
found someone who appreciates my jokes.
Oh,
Finally.
Oh,
oh
was a
God.
joke.
I haven't had a laugh that good in ages. So, you're a shapeshifter then, are you?
Well, I was trained to do many things at the Druid Circle, and I'm a potent spellcaster, and I can turn into a variety of animals, and I can sort of allow the stars to speak through me in a way.
Interesting.
Yes,
Well-
I'm possessed of magic, both offensive and protective.
Well, you do certainly seem strange enough to be capable of such things. Pardon the
Thank you.
expression. But if I may, I've heard much boasting of heroism from folks who could barely lift a sword. May we have some practical demonstration, perhaps outside?
Yeah, do you know any healing magic?
I do, yes. Do you have any sick or injured?
Too many. Ever since
Well, allow me to be of assistance.
yeah, ever since Sister Garlale's lost contact with Tamora, she hasn't been able to heal anybody. So
Still a pity that. I'll be sure to check on her before I leave for the morning.
I'm sorry, does that have to do with the broken shrine I saw outside?
it happened couple years ago now, after that Vecna guy took over Waterdeep. A riot happened in the square, especially after she revealed that she couldn't talk to Tamora anymore. It just one thing led to another, and it was ripped down. And well, sister hasn't left her home since.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I've been doing my best to tend to the wounded, but there's only so much that I can do with bandages and salves. If you're a magical healer, we would much appreciate the assistance.
Yes, I can only cast so many spells in a day, but I can cure diseases and patch up wounds.
Yeah, she like Mrs. Cino just kind of like scratches like the side of her face for a second. She's like, currently all of them are gonna be housed in Barthen's provisions. No longer a provisionary location, of course, but you know, it's mainly gonna be those Red Brand fellows as well as some unfortunate folk who got caught out too far and at too late of a night.
Would one of y'all be able to take me over there?
I'd be happy to accompany you. Luz, Nix, would you like to come with?
Fine.
The grumpy babies, the grumpy twins.
The worst.
You two are as cheerful as ever, Caro smiles.
Nah. I wanted that soup.
We can buy you more, you grumpy little baby. Come with me.
I will. I'll touch comment on the back of the head and have him follow us.
Yeah, Orf. Yeah, he comes up and he's like chewing on like a big old bone at this point that he's like digged out from the meat. He's like very minorly covered in gore, like very minor gore. From his meal.
Yeah, I just dab a little bit of water from my canteen on my paws, kind of get it,
Yeah.
So
get his chin clean.
in terms of height, I know he's taller than Starchild. Like, how tall is he? About 3, 4 feet.
He is about 4.5 feet at the top of the head.
Yeah, he's
he's the same size as Luz.
Yeah, he's like a Tibetan mastiff.
He's a huge mastiff who also kind of looks like a Shiba, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's medium sized, so I can ride him.
But yeah.
And in fact, I will do that.
Yeah, you clamber onto your dog.
Yeah. Saddle up.
Yeah, Miss Lucina is just like, well, I've seen kind of everything today. You just see her kind of turn around and like walk a little bit away as you leave the Stonehill Inn and head to Barthen's Provisions. Now just like the sign has been more or less torn down from the weather. Like it's hanging on by a single chain. You see like a just like several symbols like in different languages that basically mean wounded inside. Like a couple, like there's like one in Common, Dwarvish, English, stuff like that, and Gnomish, and
oh, sorry.
No, you go.
The second we step outside, Luz just apropos of absolutely nothing or without much fanfare, immediately just starts floating a couple of feet above the ground instead of walking on the floor.
No longer hear the slap of feet against floor.
I don't even know if Starchild notices.
Probably not. Like I imagine it's like a few centimeters.
Cairo grabs her cloak from the coat rack and kind of wraps it around herself, but doesn't seem to be all too bothered by the cold when she steps outside.
It never bothered her anyway.
Yeah, as y'all step out again, it is like brisk, right? It's not snowing, luckily, but like it's definitely like it's one of those things where you step outside and you're immediately like, maybe I should stay in next to the fire, but you head to Barthen's Provisions, or at least what remains of it. Much like the other buildings, it is in a state of disrepair as arrows seem to be stuck within the shingling on the roof. The chimney slightly collapsed. Noticeable claw marks gouging what remains of the stone as smoke lazily drifts out. And as soon as you enter the building, you notice that the walls seemingly have been torn down and the building hollowed out. Only what remains is the vitally like the vital pillars and beams that maintain the building stance. And within there is no attendants, just wounded sitting by fire or laying in bed in various states of life. There are people who seem to have minor wounds, such as claw marks or very minor bites, and then there are some other unfortunate folk. A farmer, for instance, has a bandage wrapped around the side of their face, revealing that their eye must have been taken out somehow because the bandage just caved in just a little too much otherwise. Another gentleman, dressed still in their red brand armor, is laying in bed, their arm missing, and their bandages have almost entirely bled through at this point, as they seem to be more or less waiting for a death to come.
Well, I know who my first patient is.
Others are in various states of disrepair.
Yeah.
If you can tend to the more heavily wounded, I can go bandage up some of the scratches.
Of course. Let me get right on it.
All right.
I will dismount comment, and then I am going to use a bonus action to cast my Starry Form ability.
Ooh.
So I'm going to take the Chalice form, in which case you guys see a constellation of connected little points of light forming a harp on my chest and back that shine visibly over my clothes.
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't believe I ever got your name.
Oh, yes, you did. It's Starchild.
Oh. Apologies, my memory's not what it used to be.
ADHD
Everyone.
moment in game.
I
Sorry.
thought that was like a title or something.
Everyone, Cairo kind of calls out to the wounded. This is Starchild. She says she's a healer, so she's going to be assisting me tonight.
Hi.
You see like these various people just turn and look at you. You see like some who aren't as bad. They actively wave and seem relieved by another healer entering the town. Others just don't seem to have either the mental acuity or the energy to give you that basic greeting or even look in your direction.
So if you had to put a number on it, how many people here require physical wound healing?
What do you mean physical wound healing? Do you mean like urgent?
HP missing?
HP missing? I would say there is like 3 people here, right? There is the gentleman who is missing the arm. There's the farmer with the missing eye, and then there is a red brand woman who is currently sitting like kind of like hunched over with 2 arrows going into her back.
All right. So the first 2 that you mentioned, what the chalice allows me to do is whenever I cast a spell that restores hit points, myself or another creature within 30 feet of me also regain that like hit points. So when I cast Cure Wounds, I hit 2 people.
Very good, very good. Awesome.
Yeah. So the first 2 people that you mentioned, I'm going to walk up and cast Cure Wounds on them and shoot that free heal over to the other person.
When I say the other person, like, so are you doing like the person who's missing the arm and you gotta shoot it over to the one that's missing the eye?
Yes.
Like, okay. I will let you know now, these people are missing parts of them. So
yes, and I cannot regenerate missing parts.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this will not regenerate those. This will close the wounds left in the wake of missing parts.
Right.
I imagine this is like almost like a glittering light show. Like, is she like sparkling and lighting up?
I haven't really thought about what her healing looks like. I've thought about basically everything else. I think it probably kind of looks like starlight just like shimmering on whatever she's like a bright light, very basic.
Nyx is
Just,
still
like,
probably
light blue.
quite mesmerized.
Yeah. And obviously, the chalice, or the harp constellation on her probably like glows more actively while she's casting a spell.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rolling for cure wounds, right?
Do you want me to? Yeah.
Yeah, just for like flavor.
Okay. Let's see here. I'll just do that. So the person missing an arm recovers 10 hit points.
Okay.
Nice.
And the chalice healing is also 1d8 plus wisdom.
Okay.
So the person missing an eye recovers 11 hit points.
Yeah, you see, like, you'd see, like, color return to the person who is missing the arm. Like, blood that has long since seeped into their bandages, refilling their body as you can't exactly see what the state of the arm is in, but you can see that, the bandages shift and move as if flesh underneath is stitching back together, healing and returning to at least some state of normalcy. Very similar with the person missing the eye, though the bandage remains deflated afterwards, as if they are still missing the eye. We see them like, with at least the person with the missing the eye is like, you see them, he blinks a few times, he unwraps the bandage, and you see him like remove it, and essentially restored everything around his face except for his eye, though he is still scarred. So like he has a pretty nasty scar, revealing like a slash going from like his brow and like into his cheek.
Yeah.
But like it's restored to the point where if he had a glass eye, he would look pretty metal.
Yeah. She even says something like that. She's like, I apologize, I cannot restore missing body parts, but if we get you a glass eye, you'll look right as rain.
He kind of smiles. He's like, that doesn't sound too bad, though. Find a glass maker anywhere nearby is gonna be a challenge.
Right. That it'll just have to come after some other things.
Yeah, I mean, I could go to the smithy, get maybe a metal eye, and he like shrugs. Is he like?
I'd suggest some polished wood. It'll be a lot less heavy in your skull.
He like snaps to your fingers like, you always know what's best for us, and then he like flops down because, you know, even though you cured the wounds, he is still very exhausted from missing an eye.
Yeah.
The one missing an arm, that's Red Brand.
Yeah, they're the one with arrows and the one with the missing arm are both red brands. A man and woman.
Let me take care of the arrows before you heal around them.
That's actually what I was about to ask.
Of course. Kara's going to come over and try to get the arrows out. How far in are they?
It's as if a hunter was trying to shoot a boar and kill the boar. Luckily, it
Pretty
seems
bad.
to have missed any vital areas and or bounced off of bone.
Okay, so they're stuck?
They're stuck in there. Like the arrowheads are firmly inside.
Okay, Kara's going to try to extract the arrowheads.
I'm gonna need a medicine check.
Got it.
Man, I'm never gonna say that. I'm happy about that.
I'm gonna cast Guidance.
Works.
Oh, thank you very
And-
much.
I'll give you a hand if you need it, I suppose.
Do you also have medicine?
No, but I have good hands.
All right, that'll do, I suppose. So
Yeah,
guidance,
can we
medicine.
assist?
That's a 16.
Ooh.
If assistance would give me advantage, right?
Yes.
Roll again. That is a 19.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You Sorry, were you about to say something?
This is going to sting a little bit.
Prince, were you going to say something? I thought I heard you for a second there.
What was that?
Oh, were you saying something? I thought I heard you for a second. I just wanted to make sure.
No, my
Okay.
dog's making noise. I'm sorry.
Your dog is making noise. Anyways.
It took every ounce of my will not to say my dog is barking, and then you did it anyway.
Yeah, just built different. Anyways.
You know what? What is Nick's doing right now?
Yeah, what are you doing while this happens?
I cannot help with healing. That is outside of my capabilities, and I might get in trouble for it.
Just chatting.
Nix's he's going to probably sketch a little bit what he sees this kobold doing, primarily because he is told to pay attention, so he's paying attention. But aside from that, he's also sort of serving some of the others that are in need of help. He's just being very observant. He's not actually actively doing anything. There's not much he can do. Yeah.
Yeah, seems pretty simple. Yeah, so Kara, you say this is gonna sting a little bit, and you pull out the first arrow, and you see her like pull against you, as you feel like the barbs of the arrow like kind of like tearing a bit on the way out.
Sorry.
It's the second one is exactly the same, but this time you can feel that arrowhead like scrape against their shoulder blade as you pull it out. And your hands are now covered in her blood as her wound starts profusely bleeding. Which
And that's where the cure wounds comes in.
Yep.
Better out than in.
Roll them bones.
Oh, right.
Just for like flavor, you know. There we go. So she doesn't get like healed all the way. But like it pretty much closes to like the wounds close to the point where instead of looking like she's been stabbed with an arrow with the intent to kill, it looks more like someone threw a dart at her by accident. So it's basically, it went from like a potentially mortal wound to a you need a band-aid and like a day's worth of rest.
It's no longer a trip to the emergency room, it's just a, slap on the wrist.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, with that you should be just fine. Thanks for your help, is it Karo or Karo?
Well, it's technically Cairo, but folks pronounce it either way. I don't bother to correct anymore.
Oops.
Well, I suppose you can call me Stairchild if you want.
Stay a child? Yeah, with
Cairo like beams.
Yeah, hey, how do you feel about all this blood on your hands?
Well, I actually wanted to ask you a question, because I think we set something up to this extent before the game, but I wanted to double check.
Mhm.
Is the town at large aware that Cairo's a vampire?
Up to you. I feel like it's probably no.
Okay. Cairo kind of like looks at the blood on her hands, thinks for a moment, and then says, I will be right back. I'm going to go wash my hands. And she ducks outside.
It's pretty much the same reason why Luz walks like a normal person whenever there are other people around.
You just hear a loud slurping like someone finishing off a Capri Sun.
Sippy cup.
Sippy cup.
And once Cairo is outside, she's going to like take off her gloves and basically wring the blood into her mouth.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Make me like a stealth check. Because even though there's like not really anyone around, like there's still a chance, you know?
Am I still under guidance?
Guidance only lasts for one check, sorry.
Yeah, so you're not under guidance anymore.
That is a nat one.
Alright, game over,
the
everyone.
town of Fenelon will remember that.
You just start doing it. You're so preoccupied with all the blood, you don't realize you stumbled into a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, so the consequences of that will come up later.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Once she's done doing that, is there any water nearby that she can soak her gloves in?
Oh yeah, there's like a couple like they're not like on the map, but like there's like wells everywhere, or like every once in a while.
Rain
Okay,
barrels.
she pulls up a bucket, washes her gloves off, and like walks back in and sets them out to dry.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, seems pretty spicy.
In the meantime,
in the
is anyone
meantime.
here afflicted with any diseases?
There's one person that, and they are a drow individual, and they have something that you're very familiar with, as even this far from the Star Mounts, it seems that Zugget Moy has influence over
No.
mushrooms here, as you see what appears to be a mycelium growing underneath someone's skin.
Well, getting rid of that. I'm going to be casting Lesser Restoration, which simply ends one disease.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make you roll them bones or anything like that. You just see this mycelium, or like what appears to be mycelium growing underneath their skin, just burn away. Congratulations, you prevented someone from turning into a devil, or a demon, I should say.
Holy shit. Awesome.
Yeah. Other than that, there's none that are afflicted via anything of the sort beyond like colds, you know.
All right. I'll let the drow know to stay away from any mushrooms they might find. As there's no telling when they're demon afflicted.
Cairo returns inside and starts just kind of tending to the minorly wounded, bandaging up scratches and making sure bites are disinfected and some such.
Mm-hmm. Just give me like a general medicine check then.
Yeah, sure.
Just see how well you perform.
That'll do.
Very well. Yeah, you tend to everyone's wounds fairly
Fuck out
well.
of those wounds.
Do I spend any kit charges?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say
Oh,
no.
that's kind of
Yeah. I'm gonna say this like that is you utilize what's in like left over from the provisions.
Fair enough.
Because you pretty much only kept like the medicine supplies, because they turned this into like a it's not a hospital, like a trauma tent, but a building. Trauma
Triage.
building. Triage, thank you.
A triage center.
Yeah. Yeah, you effectively not necessarily cure those who are ailing, but are actively wounded. You lessen the pain, and as you do so, the night continues on. The moon fully rising by the time you are done. You realize that is soon to be a new year, and no one seems excited about that.
Well,
We done here? I'm bored.
I would say so. Is there anybody else who needs tending to before we go?
You're too good, Kara.
I just do my best.
Yeah, no one else seems to be super they're not jumping at the bit to get anything additional from you. You hear a flurry of tired but generally thankful thanks, you know.
Well, rest well then. I'll be back in a week to take care of anybody else who needs it.
and
Now-
you go, sorry.
Kara turns to her companions and Starchild and asks, well, shall we turn in for the night then? It seems like there's not going to be much celebration. She's like very clearly disappointed.
Oh,
Why would we? Yeah, what's going on?
is there some kind of celebration that should be happening?
Well, before everything went south, this would be about the time we'd celebrate the new year. This would be the night, actually.
Oh, who would usually? I suppose it would be the elders that would do it at the Grove. Do you have any elders around here?
Do we have any elders around here?
The oldest person in the town is now going to be the captain of the Red Brands, Erondo Albrecht.
Well, there's always... It's more that... Well, there's not much cheer to go around any longer. Though I wish there was.
Well, there won't be any cheer if we don't celebrate.
You? I like the way you think. Well, come on then. Let's see if I can't spruce some things up at the tavern. I may as well get at least a little party going.
I've got plenty of coin and nothing to really spend it on too, so perhaps I could pick up some supplies from anyone who has them and we can put something together.
All right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can't coax Sister Garael out of her home. But, I'll meet you at the inn.
I assume that's a yes for everybody else. Let's go to Sister Garael's first, if that's all right with everybody.
All right.
You split off from everyone else, and as this newfound party returns to the Stonehill Inn,
Why are we keeping this child?
Cairo, you sorry, brain fart here. Go to Sister Garael's home. A single flickering light of candle is all the light that's inside, showing that at least they most likely are awake to some extent.
Cairo kind of gingerly knocks on the front door and says, Sister, are you in there? It's me, Cairo.
This it takes a few moments, and this elven woman, impossible to tell her age, honestly, but you see this echo of beauty to her. Once long, flowing brown hair has now turned greasy and matted. Smooth cheeks have been scarred with tears and worry, and eyes are heavy with dread. And all you see is that she opens the door a tiny bit, just enough to see her right eye down her cheek and a strand of hair. You can tell that her eyes are swollen, and tears still stain her face. And she just opens the door and looks at you.
Hello. Did I come at a bad time?
No. She just like wipes her cheek for a second as she opens up her door. She gestures you inside. Perhaps out of common courtesy, though, you can see that her home has fallen to a state of disrepair. Internally, matching not only the outside, but also the shrine. Broken furniture litters the halls and rooms, from what you can see. And it's sad. It's sad to see someone like this.
Arrow nods and walks in and just kind of nods to her and says, I apologize. I know this time of year is a little rough for you, but I wanted to let you know that... Oh, hold on. I'm getting some static over the...
I'm also hearing a tiny bit of static. I think it's from Frog?
I think it's from Fred Boat.
Is it from Fred? It might be from Fred.
Oh, that explains why I can't hear it then. I have Fredboat muted.
Ah, that probably would explain it. Yeah, so Fred is staticking a little bit.
Oh, it stopped.
Yeah, it's all good. It's not that bad.
Yeah, Caro says, I apologize. I know this time of year is a little bit rough for you, but me and my companions are looking to throw a small celebration at the Stonehill Inn, and I wanted to know if you would like to come?
What is there to celebrate?
Our continued survival.
You see, like, her eyes kind of, like, look at you, like, observing your character. And she just kind of looks towards the sky for a second, and then back down at you, and she's like, I will see if I have the fortune to attend such a ceremony. And as she says that, you see her eyes slowly drift over to the ruined shrine just outside our home.
You know, Caro, like, gingerly puts a hand on her shoulder and says, there was nothing you could have done, you know. It's not your fault. And you shouldn't isolate yourself out here because of that.
Just Timora, she She still isn't answering my calls or my prayers. I've devoted my entire life to her, and all I get now is just nothing.
These are strange times, friend. Perhaps the gods truly have abandoned us. I hope that's not the case. But whatever the written reason may be, I hope fortune smiles upon you again soon.
You see her waver for a moment. Her complexion seems to shift as if something was like drawing her attention somewhere else, like almost as if like an unseen force like called to her like from in her home. You see like she like looks back for a second and she like looks back to you. Perhaps I will have fortune one day, but it's been... I've never thought in my time that just 5 years would feel like such a long time. But every day is agony without my fortune or my faith, and this isn't survival.
Well, if you think that, I can hardly change your mind. But back when I was a sailor, we used to have our own we used to have a saying that went about this. When luck abandons you, make your own. So...
She seems like taken aback by this, as if like as if you gave her something that she's lost, or perhaps even confirmed something to her. And she just begins nodding, and you see her as she, in this like stupor, retreats into her home, and just the door closes.
Kara nods and heads back to the inn.
What, couldn't convince her?
No, but... well, it was more of a courtesy than anything. Cairo, like, her usual cheery expression kind of droops and she rubs her arm and says, I try not to give up on anyone, but even I know that the sister is a bit of a lost cause.
So why do you bother?
Because I hope beyond hope that I am wrong about that. Is all. Are the rest inside, Liz?
Yeah. Think.
Did you wait out here for me?
No.
Tsundere kid.
I just wanted to stretch my legs, because the ground hurts.
You don't walk on the ground.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention, I'm sorry. After you say that, you see that she, rewinding, she, like, as she, like, leaves, you see that, like, from, like, a pocket, she seems to pull out this strange-looking coin that you do not recognize, as any mint, from any town. And, specifically, it is, like, of dark metal with almost like rust that appears to be almost like dried blood.
Cool.
Now, if you really wanted to send her a message, and you know, this is just me saying this, but wouldn't it be a real stroke of good fortune if that busted up old shrine she cares so much about was rebuilt or something? Not that I'm saying I would ever do it.
Not like I like you or anything, Baka.
Well,
I don't want to help you or anything.
why, Liz, that's a wonderful idea. Well, let's see if we can't rope Nix in on this.
Yeah, it'll be a New Year's miracle or something.
Caro, like, pats Luz on the head and then walks into the inn to, like, find Nix.
Ugh.
Nix. Nix has a question that he hasn't asked yet that could get him in a lot of trouble.
Feel free to
Depending.
ask.
So Nix is over near because you say you wanted the inn to go fetch him, so he would be over near the fireplace again, sort of pacing a little bit. He is quote unquote talking to himself as he distractedly sort of runs his hand over the skeletal shaped slave bracelet on his hand. And he's going to ask the heir. So, this isn't the first deity we've heard that isn't really responding to people, or people feel like they're not being responded to. What about the Raven Queen? And this is 100% directed towards the ghost that he is haunted by that is an absolute menace to daily life.
You only you, and then maybe Luz if he looks inside, see a face of an absolute bastard man manifest before you. Dark, sunken eyes with only light green flames that make up where the pupils once were, along a pale, almost stark white sheet of a face, and messy, semi-translucent hair. Your ghost, so to speak, manifests at least their head before you. Even the Raven Queen. He's it was like at first she tried talking to us, but it was like she was talking to us through a sheet, and then through a bed, and then as if she was screaming through the hall, and then nothing. Haven't heard her since 5 years ago.
Even for you, one of her close disciples?
Even for me.
Nix is very surprised by that. He's also surprised that he got a clear answer.
I feel like Maddox would take matters of the Raven Queen very seriously.
Absolutely.
His
Lord and Savior.
Yeah, he let me regather my thoughts for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Maddox just kind of dissipates after that. You get the vibe that he was upset talking about it.
God.
Are you sitting again by chance? Important question. Are you sitting again?
He would probably take a seat after that.
Make another acrobatics check.
Hate this guy. Okay. That's a 12.
Yeah, you like stumble like on like you don't like eat shit, but like you stumble. As your chair once again gives out beneath you. This time though, not the chair itself, but the floor cracks beneath you.
This seems like an opportune moment for the rest of the gang to see.
Yeah, Star Child, being you and Nyx, you just suddenly see Nyx ask the air, nod to nothing, and then the chair just is eaten by the floor.
Oh my goodness, are you okay?
I'm alright. I'm fine.
What
Just
on
like-
earth was that? Is there a sinkhole?
In the building. Nyx gives her a bit of an incredulous look, but again, his expression's hard to read because his hair covers his eyes, so he just sort of seems to be staring at her for a minute, like... I don't think that's it. That's not it.
Well, she's kind of just like looking back and forth between Nyx, Luz, and the barkeep.
Lucina just seems like, God fucking damn it, just fix that floor. So
That's
goddamn
mad.
hard to get wood. You see, like she's like mumbling as she's like, just seemingly used to this shit by now with these clowns. She like just walks around the bar, picks up the chair, throws it to the side, and just immediately starts assessing the damage.
What's the matter? You piss off your ghost again?
Did you say ghost?
Where's Caro?
It's just a
runs
little
his
joke.
hands
Don't
over his
mind
face.
us.
Yeah, Lucina like stands up, like rubbing her face, like, yeah, this one's a bad omen. Like, legitimately, things just go wrong around him.
Yeah.
She seems like kind of pissed, but at the same time, she's like, I'm getting paid, so whatever.
Yeah.
How much do you need to
Yes.
repair the floor?
I don't know. I need to get the woodworkers back, and it seems that the wood gave out for some reason.
Hmm.
Look,
Not even
look.
rotted or anything.
Nyx is gonna put his hands up, because I'm sure this has been happening progressively throughout the night or the weekend or however long you've been here.
Probably just the night. It's not the first time you stayed. In the 7
No.
years of being with Caro.
Yeah, he's going to reach into his coin purse and offer her 5 gold.
She takes it, like, without, like, complaint or anything. Just like, fine, yep, mm-hmm. And she pockets it. It's like, God damn it, I need to go talk to the woodworkers, but I need to wait until tomorrow because they're all probably home. And I don't want to go out right now.
Speaking of, out of character question.
Yeah.
How many people are in this inn outside of us?
You're the only ones, like, in the main room right now. It seems that, like, whoever else is here has retired, but you know that there's, like, about 4 other people here.
Karo was about to suggest, like, the celebration and then sees that they're the only ones there anyway, and just kind of, like, gives a, like, defeated smile and a sigh and says, Never mind.
Yeah, either way. Hey, Nix. We got another Goody Two-Shoes project to get to work on tonight.
Right. I almost forgot. Nix, would you be interested in helping us repair a damaged shrine?
Uh, sure. Why not?
I'll buy you some hot food as thanks. Of course, that's kind of dependent on us having. I'm sorry, it's Marianne, right? DM?
I'm sorry, who's this referring to?
The barkeep.
Oh, Lucina.
Lucy. Oh my god, how did I get that so wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, my
You
ADHD
got
is so
very
good.
wrong.
I am incredibly ADHD today. I apologize to literally everyone.
Yeah, you have activated all your fucking
all of my syndromes.
Yeah,
at
all
once.
your syndromes are activated at once right now.
Kara is going to call over and say, Lucina, do you have anything more palatable than that soup?
She like looks at you like, what the fuck do you mean palatable? Listen, it's been a hard winter. That's pretty much all we have.
Which is
Fair
why
enough.
you gave that dog a huge hunk of meat, while I got stuck with nothing.
I got paid premium for that hunk of meat. Do you want to pay premium for a hunk of meat?
How much of it is left?
I'd say like 4 or 5 more hunks worth. I'm not a butcher. He like shrugs.
Do you think you could cook up a full set of those for the 4 of us? And Cairo digs into her coin purse and pulls out 4 gold and sets them down, one underneath each finger.
I mean, sure.
Thank you very much. We will be back in. Oh, hopefully this won't take too long. But
Either way, I'll keep it on. But like, if it's like after midnight, I'm probably gonna go to sleep, and your soup's probably just gonna get cold. So.
well, okay, we'll try not to take that long then.
It's like 10
Oh,
o'clock, by the way. It's like, it's pretty late.
Hey, glowy kobold, right? That's what you are.
Sorry, were you talking to me?
Yeah. I was told we're gonna go help build a thing outside. Wanna come and help or something?
Oh, I might be able to help. I'm not sure.
An extra pair of hands can't hurt, I guess. I don't know. Maybe your weird horse thing can carry stuff.
Comet? Comet's very strong. He can carry lots. Specifically, he can carry 90 more pounds of stuff.
That's very specific.
Very specific.
All right, let's head out to the shrine. I'll see if I can't get a little fire started so we're not freezing to death out there.
Oh, I can start fires.
Oh, all right, perfect. I'll gather some wood. Cairo goes to do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get like a small, just a very minor survival check.
Yeah,
I'll assist with that because I'm proficient.
perfect. I'm just gonna go around and gather a bunch of tree branches that look like they'll burn nice.
Easy, yeah, done. Not
Okay.
not even a situation. Look at what that 5 looks like. It's in a different font. That's super weird. Is that just because it's not bold?
Yeah.
I think it's
Might be
because it's not bolded.
bold.
Cairo's just going to set the set up a little campfire, use some of the less useful stones from the Shrine of Luck to build a proper fire pit, and then set that up and kind of gesture to Starchild.
I will cast Druidcraft, which allows me to light or snuff out fires on appropriate objects.
Just from like, I imagine just from like your fingertip, just like what looks like a shooting star just
It's like
flies
it's like a little
out
comet,
and
a little meteor.
yeah, and it falls straight into the fire and just go whoosh as fire erupts. It's like in
Did
the
she make
center.
fireworks?
Perhaps.
I could make fireworks if you let me meditate.
It's New Year's.
And fireworks are traditional for this sort of celebration.
You have to focus your mind too.
I can create a tiny, harmless sensory effect. Such as falling leaves, a puff of wind, the sound of a small animal, in a 5-foot cube within 30 feet. So I could make little, like little fireballs in the air.
Firecrackers.
Yeah. One at a time, and they're silent.
It's just like it's like watching a firework movie with the sound silenced.
Yeah.
All right.
Luz is already not gonna waste any time while they're dealing with that nonsense. He's going to start work on the shrine. He's just going to raise a hand, and some of the some of the stones are just going to telekinetically start rearranging themselves into a nicer, more stable structure.
Okay. It is in definitely like a pretty deep state of disrepair. Why would it be a good what check should I do for I'm gonna say religion. Because you're trying to like restore like a religious thing, right?
Hey, you know what? That's fair.
Should we all make one?
Yeah, if y'all are like working on the shrine, please make religion checks. I will say like the shrine itself, like the little podium where the offerings were, is like fully demolished, as if someone took like a sledgehammer to it. Right? It is gone.
It's not my religion.
Can I swap that religion check for an animal handling check because I'm getting Comet to help?
No.
The dog is not
Fair
going to
enough.
the dog isn't going to magically know what order to put the stones in.
Actually, it will magically know what order to put the stones in because I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Earth? Yeah, I'm gonna say no on that. Like
I got a 19 anyway.
Yeah, okay, it's all good. I imagine you just kind of know what shrines look like since you're an acolyte of like a druid circle.
I just kind of I ritual cast Speak with Animals, and then I just kind of tell Comet any orders that we have. Pick this up, move this, help him push this, etc.
Oh man, do I want to make a Comet voice?
No.
If you don't do Scooby-Doo, then you are a failure as a DM.
No, the thing is that I'm Comet, so I get to make a Comet voice.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, it's a simple thing. Because it's probably like even with like everyone's collective checks, it's you get the impression that it probably will never be a proper shrine again. Especially like with like the more finely carved details being literally obliterated, right? Like I said, right? Like the offering pedestal was demolished with like a hammer, right? But it's a start, right? You organize brick back to proper walls. You create pedestals. You even like manage to figure out like where specific like braziers are supposed to be located, even though they have been rusted and worn in the 5 years since the riot that destroyed it initially. And you, as this happens, make me like a perception check, everybody.
Perceptoid.
15.
Good.
13.
Good.
10.
Okay.
19.
What do you see with your special hair-covered eye snacks?
Atoms and a lot of hair. You all see the windows of Sister Garael's home. Like, what was once a candlelight begins to burn brighter and with a higher like fervor, almost violently, and the smoke in her chimney begins to turn into, even like noticeably like in the dark of the night, compared to like the fire that you have to prevent yourselves from freezing, the smoke is pitch black, as if ink is been turned into fumes and rising into the night sky, snuffing out the stars.
She didn't set her house on fire, did she?
Oh my gods.
I'm just gonna look at everybody and just float on up to the door and see what the fuck's going on.
I will quickly follow.
The door is currently locked, but you hear and smell Starchild, you recognize the smell. It is of like rust and iron, as if almost it was set aflame, mixed with smoke and. Man, I want to say fucking like anger, but like I know that's not a smell. It smells as if it smells as if the air is it smells of brimstone. The air itself is angry.
Nix wants to break the door open.
Yeah, I'm just
Give me
gonna,
a strength check. Yeah, no, give me a strength check.
Oh, it's a
Hero-
15.
That's a
Yeah.
save. That's a save. I asked for a check.
Oh.
You want to click the word strength itself.
Mm.
Nice.
That's a 21.
Even better.
That's even better. Cool.
Hero is conspicuously hanging back. She looks like she's terrified.
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna psychic blast the door.
Cool.
Oh, Nyx is there.
Nyx got it.
The door is being
so Nyx
demolished.
Nyx gives like a fucking hearty ass kick to the door, and you hear it like open and like immediately just the door just slams like super loudly against the wall as it like breaks off its hinges from the psychic blast mixed with the kick, and the door just hits the wall, breaks off its hinges, and just slams onto the ground. It's very loud.
That's how I lockpick.
Well, I figured we wanted it to be open ASAP, and just on the off chance that there was something behind the door.
Yeah, you the smell is much more poignant now. And the smoke has like filled the top of the home, leaking out of the chimney as you see just how bad the home has become. There is broken furniture, rotting food, dirty clothes and dishes strewn about, and in the very end where the fireplace is, not only do you see Sister Garel, but you also see another person. Their visage is shrouded in the black smoke. The only thing you see is the red of eyes piercing through the smoke as Sister Garel holds up a coin, and in the light you can see that there's etches upon it. On one side there is a skull, and on the other appears to be a strange symbol, as if a hammer mixed with an axe, mixed with a sword. Near indescribable in how it is shaped. You just see her raise up this coin to this person as she's just like, you can see her from the slight angle that she has a huge smile on her face, and those with particularly sharp ears can hear just muttering, "Make your own fortune, make your own luck, make my own fortune."
Oh.
Ah, jeez. Next, grab her.
And sorry, who's the
What
second
does
figure?
What does the other person look like?
The other
Or
person
what are they
is
doing?
shrouded in black smoke. They are reaching out to grab this coin. They are featureless. The only things you can see is like the shape of a very muscular person, with just like red glowing eyes, like piercing through the smoke.
So they're like a spectral figure instead of a physical one?
To some respects, yes.
That is such a devil. That is so much a devil.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave.
Oh, is that?
Would you like to describe what Tidal Wave does one more time?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is conjure up a wave of water upon the spectral figure and send it crashing the direction opposite us and the woman. So it could be up to 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, and 10 feet tall. I'm not going to necessarily make it that big, so it's just going to kind of fill the room. The cube of a spectral person there, and I'm just going to slam them the other direction. In which case, they need to make a dexterity saving throw. And again, I can't stress this enough. This is not going to hit the woman with the coin or any of us, because I can just shape the wave.
Try to think how to describe this. The wave rushes forward. Surprise, like, you know, you see you could like Guriel like jump and like look behind you. Tears are actually streaming down her face as a wide smile spreads across her face. And as soon as the wave collides with the figure, it grabs the coin out of her hand. And what happens next is hard to describe, as this magically conjured flame mixes with this conjured water. One side completely natural, and the other side from almost like a pinhole through and into the nine hells, collide together, mixing as arcane energy shifts not only from the pinhole and the tidal wave, but as smoke seeps into Garael's flesh.
Aw, hell, we're too late.
And One moment, please.
Okay.
The magic here is so intense and different in origin and in use and in meaning that it's mixing together is fundamentally incompatible. And you feel, everyone who is magically attuned feels the weave tug back from the amount of energy and then get released like a string taut on an arrow. And with that, the magic surges. Wild as unstable magic begins to surge throughout the entire building. And that's a 14. Oh boy. Confusion spreads throughout the crowd.
What is confusion?
Let me pull that up again. So confusion is a spell. Each creature within a 10-foot radius needs to, let me see, make a wisdom saving throw. So this is a relatively small home. With everyone's distance, I'm going to say everyone excluding Karo, since she is standing, Cairo, sorry, since she was standing back, needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy, get ready for this. Yeah!
Oh,
Yeah, baby!
no. Star Child is never confused, except by social situations.
And 11.
Alright, so let's see. It's going to be a... What is the DC on this baby? Okay, so it's based on the magic user. So I'm going to say like a raw 10. That feels natural to me, since it's more just unnatural occurrence of too much magic in too many places. And let me also roll for the sister. All right, she rolled a 3, so Luz and Sister Garael is all they're confused. And this figure like wavers from the disruption of the magic that sustains its presence in this current area of the world, and it looks at everyone involved as Sister Garael just kind of like stumbles backwards, smoke still like seeping into her skin and like up her arms and in like through her mouth and nose and even her eyes. And you just see the smoke part for a moment as it smiles and gets retracted back into the flame as it this portal fizzles out from the water and the wild magic surge. What are y'all gonna do about this thing that clearly just happened?
There's nothing clear about it. I have no idea what just happened.
I imagine since Luz is currently confused, I take that to mean the smoke is just all over the fucking place, so he's just gonna flail about and lash out in confusion.
Here, roll me a D10 real quick. Let's see how the confusion is actually affecting you.
Okay. Oh wait, it didn't do the 1.
Oh man, you rolled a
That's
0? Fuck
I still
yeah.
got a 1. Okay, so I guess I'm moving in a random direction.
Yes, you are. Fucking, you just go for it. You just go for it, and you just.
I get the feeling no matter what, you're going to hear a thud as I collide with a fucking wall.
Probably.
No, not the armoire. That's antique.
It's very much not anymore.
There's like
as
a crash
yeah,
of China.
there's a loose shaped hole in that armor now.
Ow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, with her, she.
What's going on? I can't see.
Starchild's eyes are fixed firmly to the woman and is watching because she's seen similar things to this before.
Yeah, Sister Garaele just like you see her like start shaking and she like swings like in the like as if she wants to like hit something and she just slams her fist into the wall. And then she just like falls to her knees as I think the realization of what has occurred dawns on her, and you see that she begins to laugh. And even though the fire is now back to normal, like a proper orange instead of hellish red, she is crying still, and you hear as her laugh turns into just loud sobbing.
Is the creature still here?
It's gone. Yeah, it dissipated, and the flame returned back to a normal color. If not heavily diminished, since it's soaking wet now.
But the room is still pretty darn smoky, but it's
yes.
only really
Yeah. That's I think that's more. It's more like a residual effect of the flame than a.
What?
Yeah.
Once it becomes clear that the house is not on fire, Cairo like comes up to the blasted in door and just kind of peeks in.
You see, Sister Garaele is just on her knees, her fist along a wall, like in the wall, as she's loudly sobbing now.
I'm pretty well trained in magic. Do I think that this person has been like possessed or haunted, or like there's like, can I figure out what's going on there?
I'll make my Arcana check.
Sure. That's a 9.
It's hard to say. She gives off the impression that she is herself still, but she is also like giving the impression that she also might be having like a manic episode right now, based on like the laughing and the crying into laughing again.
So our child is going to approach with her hands out, kind of cautiously. And I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration. So Lesser Restoration can cure a disease, or it can end a condition that's afflicting someone. The listed conditions are blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Obviously, mania is not amongst them, but I would like to see if I can kind of try.
Sure.
Because druids don't get calm emotions.
You cast Lesser Restoration.